The Battle of Yarmouk stands among the most decisive military engagements of late antiquity, a confrontation whose consequences reshaped the political, religious, and cultural landscape of the Near East. Fought in August 636 CE between the forces of the Rashidun Caliphate and the Byzantine Empire, it marked not merely a battlefield victory but the irreversible collapse of Byzantine authority in Syria and much of the Levant. In the early 7th century, the Near East was dominated by two exhausted superpowers, the Byzantine Empire and the Sasanian Empire. For decades, they had waged a brutal series of wars culminating in the Byzantine-Sasanian War of 602 to 628. Under Emperor Heraclius, the Byzantines had achieved a dramatic recovery, pushing deep into Persian territory and restoring lost lands. Yet victory came at immense cost. At the same time, a new force was emerging from the Arabian Peninsula. Following the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632, the Muslim community, united under the leadership of Abu Bakr, consolidated control over Arabia during the Ridda Wars. By the time Umar ibn al-Khattab assumed leadership in 634, the momentum of expansion had already begun. The Muslim advance into Syria was spearheaded by several commanders, most notably Khalid ibn al-Walid, whose military brilliance would become legendary. Originally a commander under Abu Bakr in campaigns against the Sasanians, Khalid was redeployed to Syria in 634, where he executed a daring march across the desert, an operation that allowed him to reinforce Muslim forces unexpectedly. The Byzantines, recognizing the growing threat, began to assemble a massive army. Emperor Heraclius, though not present on the battlefield, coordinated the defense from Antioch. His forces included a diverse coalition: Greek, Armenian, Slavic, and Arab Christian troops. Command was entrusted to generals such as Vahan, an Armenian noble. The battlefield of Yarmouk lay near the Yarmouk River, a tributary of the Jordan, in a region characterized by rolling plains, deep ravines, and volcanic terrain. The site was strategically significant. It formed a natural defensive position, bordered by steep gorges on several sides. Khalid ibn al-Walid deliberately chose this ground. By positioning his army with ravines protecting their flanks and rear, he minimized the risk of encirclement. At the same time, the terrain limited the effectiveness of the larger Byzantine force, which could not easily deploy its full numerical advantage. The Muslim army is generally estimated at around 25,000 to 40,000 troops, while Byzantine forces may have numbered between 80,000 and 100,000, though exact figures remain debated among historia. The Rashidun army was composed primarily of Arab tribal forces, organized into mobile cavalry units and disciplined infantry formations. What they lacked in numbers, they compensated for with cohesion, mobility, and unified command. Khalid reorganized the army into a flexible structure. He created a mobile guard cavalry reserve, capable of rapid intervention at critical points. This innovation allowed him to respond dynamically to Byzantine maneuvers. The outcome of Yarmouk owed much to leadership. Khalid ibn al-Walid demonstrated exceptional tactical flexibility, exploiting terrain, maintaining morale, and coordinating movements across the battlefield. His use of mobile cavalry reserves was particularly significant. Unlike the more rigid Byzantine formations, Khalid's forces could adapt quickly, reinforcing weak points and launching counterattacks with precision. The defeat at Yarmouk had immediate and profound consequences. Byzantine control over Syria collapsed. Cities such as Damascus, Emesa, Homs, and eventually Jerusalem fell to Muslim forces in the following years. Emperor Heraclius, upon learning of the defeat, is said to have lamented the loss of Syria, reportedly declaring, "Farewell, Syria." Whether apocryphal or not, the statement reflects the magnitude of the loss.